Hello everyone. Today I'm excited to introduce our specially curated guide on top 5 law entrance exam in India. CLAT, AILET, PU-CET, SLAT and Christ University Law Test. This guide will give you a quick yet comprehensive overview of which university conducts each exam, when it's held, what's the pattern look like and how difficult it is. Most importantly, how to prepare smartly with special tip for each exam. Whether you are just starting your law prep journey or refining your strategy, this guide will help you focus on your efforts and plan better. Let's decode the roadmap to India's best law colleges together with Surya Law Academy. So let's start with our first law entrance and the most popular one in India. That is CLAT, Common Law Admission Test. CLAT is conducted by the consortium of NLUs. What is a consortium? Consortium is basically a committee which has representatives from all the national law universities. Now let me just share some information with you. CLAT was first time conducted in the year 2008, and when it was started in 2008, there were around 8 national law universities recognizing the CLAT score. Later on, in around 2014, there was a PIL which was filed that instead of each NLU conducting the exam every year, there should be a fixed committee, and hence consortium was born. Consortium has representations from all the NLUs, and this is one authority which is responsible for conducting and preparing the CLAT exam. The top universities which are included in CLAT, we all know, those are the 24 national universities of Bangalore, Hyderabad, Jodhpur, Calcutta, Lucknow, Patiala. Every year this exam is conducted annually. Point to be noted here, because a lot of parents tend to ask me that, ma'am, does a CLAT exam which takes place in December, after that it also takes place after your board exam? So the answer is no. CLAT is conducted, unlike all the other law entrances, just once a year. It's an annual exam conducted every year in the month of December. You might just get some information on the internet that it is conducted in the month of May. After COVID, it is now December month. Now let us come to the pattern. It has total questions which are 120. Earlier it was 150, now it is 120 multiple choice questions which have to be done in 2 hours, that is 120 minutes. What are the subjects which are covered in your CLAT exam? One is of course English, there is current affairs, including a bit of GK, legal reasonings, logical reasoning and quantitative techniques. What is quantitative techniques? Quantitative techniques is a fancy name for data interpretation which includes a bit of your arithmetic. Yes, there is negative marking in CLAT. For every wrong answer, 0.25 is deducted. As far as the difficulty level is concerned, exam is usually moderate to difficult, but over past 3 years, it has been quite moderate enough and easy to attempt. Coming on to the next entrance. How can I forget? I told you about the special tips. So special tips for CLAT is that you should be practicing reading comprehensions on a daily basis. If you are a CLAT aspirant, around 1 to 1.5 hours of reading comprehension practice is vital to crack your CLAT. 1 hour of reading a good English newspaper like the Hindu or the Indian Express is very important if you are looking forward to CLAT. Now let's come to the second entrance, that is the AILET, which is All India Law Entrance Test. Now what is All India Law Entrance Test? So there is just one national law university which is not included in the consortium, which is not recognizing the CLAT score, and they conduct their own entrance. That is the NLU Delhi. Now, a lot of times I tend to meet parents and children who are a little confused here. Now, Delhi University has 2 departments of law. One is the 3-year department, and recently they have also added the 5-year department. And apart from that, there is a national law university which is the NLU, different from your Delhi University and dealing only with law courses. Now here also, earlier this exam was conducted every year in the month of May, but now they have changed, and like your CLAT exam, which is in the first Sunday of December, AILET is usually the second Sunday of December. Before you actually appear for your board exams, you'll have to appear for both these tests, your CLAT test and AILET NLU Delhi test, conducted in the month of December, again annually. It's not conducted twice, not after board exams. As far as the pattern is concerned, this is also MCQs based. Now let's go deep into the pattern. Here there are 150 questions. 150 of total questions. Now let's discuss the pattern of National Law University Delhi. It is an MCQs based test and the total number of questions are 150. It's not like CLAT. CLAT has around 120 questions. AILET has 150 questions, although AILET has also recently changed the pattern. So many of you, while you're searching the internet, you might just come across the old pattern. Now the new pattern, in the new pattern, there is two sections. The question paper is divided into two sections, and sections include English. English is like your reading comprehension based with a bit of grammar and vocabulary. Current affairs and GK, very easy questions, not passage based questions like CLAT. And it also includes the third one is the logical reasoning. Now logical reasoning in AILET is an extension of your CLAT exam, because CLAT has more of critical reasonings with passages, but AILET has your logical reasonings. So logical plus verbal reasoning questions, passage-based questions are asked. If you are preparing for AILET, you should be very good with this. Point to be noted here is that legal, the section of legal, is now not included in AILET. So whenever you come across a pattern where legal is included, that means that the old pattern. The new pattern is that only English, current affairs and logical reasonings are a part of this exam. The duration is 90 minutes, so 150 questions, 90 minutes. That is also something to be noted here. And yes, there is negative marking just like CLAT. 0.25 will be deducted for every wrong answer. Also, I wanted to specially mention here that AILET is a slightly difficult test. Not only why, because the paper is difficult, the exam pattern is difficult. Also, this test is quite competitive in nature. I am saying this because the number of seats in NLU Delhi are very limited. BA LLB has around 120 seats and BCom LLB has around 60 seats. So, in total, the NLU Delhi has 180 seats, which are, I think the number is quite less. That is what makes the paper very competitive nature. Apart from that, of course, it's a difficult exam, no doubt about that. My special tip in regard to this is that practicing the logical reasoning, analytical reasoning and verbal reasonings are very important for this test. Again, newspaper reading will build up your English, logical, as well as the current affairs section. So that's the special tip for AILET. Now let's come to our third test. That is the PU-CET, Panjab University Common Entrance Test for Law. And this test is conducted by Panjab University, Chandigarh in Sector 14. The exam month is usually the last Sunday of April now. That means whenever you are preparing for your board exams, immediately after your board exams, you get around 20 to 30 days to prepare for this test. So the smart tip is that if you are looking forward for this test, you should prepare in advance. Either you should start preparing 6 months or at least 12 months before taking up this test. As far as the pattern goes, it is around 100 MCQs which are asked in PU-CET, and the subject which it covers is the GK and the current affairs section having around 60 marks, legal aptitude 20 marks, reasoning 10 and English 10 marks. Although let me just mention that 2025 PU-CET test was a difficult one and the university had changed the pattern. So there was just 2-3 current affairs question and a lot of questions on legal which were asked. That's why it's always important that you look for additional help like some good coaching institutes to guide you further for this. Now, moving ahead further, this exam is for 90 minutes. And there is negative marking involved, minus 0.25 as far as the difficulty level is concerned. Usually, I won't even say moderate, usually this exam was easy to moderate, but this year, of course, it was a difficult test. So we are expecting some changes in the coming years now. As far as the special tips goes, very well prepared of current affairs of last 6 to 8 months, good with your constitution and polity, and good with your legal aptitude. Now let's come to our fourth test, which is the SLAT, Symbiosis Law Admission Test. And this is also very popular among students who are looking to be corporate lawyers in futures, because university is offering very good placements and international exposure to their students. So basically this test is conducted by the Symbiosis International Deemed University. And yes, your Symbiosis is in Pune, Noida, Hyderabad and Nagpur. The most popular one is of course SLS Pune, although Noida and Hyderabad are also a good option. As far as the exam month is concerned, please note here, again, this exam is also conducted in the month of December. That means this coming December you have 3 exams, CLAT, AILET and your SLAT. As far as the pattern goes, the total number of questions in your SLAT is 60 MCQs, and this pattern is quite similar to the CLAT old pattern. You have logical reasonings, legal reasonings, analytical reasonings. There is one reading comprehension, a bit of your current affairs and GK are included, and the only difference here is that this is one of the universities also conducting your VAT. VAT is the writing ability test. So when you are focusing on your Symbiosis test and you are preparing for the entrance, it is also important that you focus a bit more on the current affairs and the legal section, so that you build up the ability to write on any socio-legal topic provided to you. Although we at Surya Law Academy will we train our students for this writing test also, and also we conduct the mock PI for the students. So PI is basically your personal interview, which includes maybe asking questions about you, your family, why do you want to do law, or information about Symbiosis. And sometimes also the interviewers tend to ask students about the current situation in India, any war or any other brimming topic which is talk of the town. And as far as the difficulty level is concerned, the point to be noted here is that the SLAT exam is not a difficult exam. It's ranging from easy to moderate. And my special tips, of course, includes that when you're preparing for the test, start preparing for the written aptitude test also. So you should be well prepared that if you are given any topic, you are able to frame a paragraph on it, and paragraph includes the information about it, the legal aspect of it, your views and a critical overview of that passage. If you are able to do that, SLAT will become very easy for you. Now I am coming on to my fifth and the last law entrance, which is getting popular among law aspirants. That is the Christ Law Entrance Test, known as the CULEE test, that is Christ University Law Entrance Test. Now this test is conducted by the Christ University Bangalore, and the month is after your board exams, which is April as far as the pattern is concerned. So the total number of questions asked are 120. As far as the subjects goes, there is English, GK, current affairs, reasonings, quantitative aptitude and legal reasonings. The duration is 120 minutes, and as far as the selection goes, there is a test plus there is a presentation and a personal interview, just like your Symbiosis. As far as the difficulty level is concerned, this is one of those easy and moderate exam. My special tips for all of you: start preparing. When you are preparing for your Christ University, start building in that attitude of knowing what is happening around you. That is going to help you with your presentation skills and your taking up the Christ University exam. So this was it. It was very nice discussing all those 5 top law entrances with you. In future, I'll be coming up with more information, and there'll be videos regarding how well you can prepare for each entrance. If there is anything specific you want to ask me, then you can comment below in the section. You can like and subscribe to our channel, Surya Law Academy, where we are completely in the welfare of our law aspirants. Thank you so much for watching.